Hey guys, this is Eskimo Poodle, and we are here to start our new Let's Play series, The Legend of Dragoon for the Sony PlayStation Network. Originally available on the Sony PlayStation. It was released in, I think, June 11th, 2000 in the United States, and December 2nd, 1999 in Japan, January 19th, 2001 for Europe, and then when the PlayStation Network Store or whatever came out, you would think that it would be one of the first games that Sony released on it because, hey, they licensed it. They had all the trademarks and stuff for it, so it shouldn't have been that hard to release. But no, they decided to release it in Japan on December 22nd, 2010. So like 4 years after PlayStation Network was introduced. And then they said, hey, guess what, America? Fuck you. We're going to wait till May 1st to release it on the PlayStation Network. So, yeah. It was available. It was ready. They could have released it earlier. And they basically told us, yeah, not going to happen because we're a bunch of bastards. And guess what happened when it finally came out on the PlayStation Network? It sat on the top spot for 3 months. And it was in the top 5 for 5 months. So, guess what, Sony? If you had released it earlier, you would have had probably more money from it. But oh well. It was released kind of to combat like the Final Fantasy series. It was kind of Sony's answer to Final Fantasy, and then it did really well. It got good reviews. People liked the battle system, and then Sony just kind of forgot about it forever. Apparently, there was supposed to be a sequel plan, but that got shafted for some reason. Why? I'm not entirely sure. Maybe it's just because Sony's a bunch of retards. I really don't know. I couldn't tell you. But anyways, the game itself is fantastic. It has great graphics for PlayStation 1 era since it was released near the end. I personally prefer Final Fantasy IX's and Chrono Cross's graphics, but for the time that the game came out, they're fantastic. Some of the like translations and dialogue is a bit awkward, but it does have some rudimentary voice acting in a couple scenes. It's not the best voice acting, but for what it did a good job. My personal favorite voice acting for the PlayStation was for a game called Jade Cocoon, and if I can ever find that, believe me, I will do it. But I gotta find it first, when it's not like $40. That's another game that's not released on the PlayStation Network for some reason. The voice acting was decent. The graphics were fine. The battle system, people loved the battle system for Legend of Dragoon, and we'll see why in a little bit. They had it was turn-based, but it was also interactive, so that's what people liked about it. There's no trophies for this game since it is a PlayStation original game, but we are going to be doing all the side quests. We're going to be getting all the collectibles. It's going to be a full walkthrough. We're going to Anytime new enemies come up, I'll point out their hit points and stuff like that, and if they're immune to anything, and anything they might do that you might want to watch out for. All in all, the game's pretty easy, but I'll still let you guys know stuff to watch out for. So, let's go ahead and get started then, shall we? Like I said in my beginning of my Okami video, I'll probably talk a little bit for non-action cutscenes, but for this one, I'll be quiet.
Great Commander, this way.
So this is her. her in custody. Is this really necessary?
It is His Majesty, Emperor Dole's command to take that girl into custody.
Who is she?
That is not your concern.
The green tusk dragon, huh? It kind of looks like a giant praying mantis if you ask me, but yeah, maybe I'm blind. I don't know. Chapter 1, Certain War. Yeah, each disc in this game, it's 4 discs by the way, is going to be referred to as a chapter. Those are some short, fat little horses. No, I'm not a mercenary. I just have a sword for the heck of it, guys. No, I'm just pulling it out so you can see how shiny I keep it. Seriously, this thing looks like a giant praying mantis. That's one thing that's kind of weird about this game. All the dragons have weird designs. I mean, some of them are pretty cool, but then some of them look like a giant praying mantis. Why? I don't know. I would have liked it better if they had traditional, like, Chinese dragons, or Asian dragons, or Western dragons, or stuff like that, but oh well. She. Oh, that's what I just said. That's what I just said. Well, no one wants to die. At least not yet, anyways. Well, he has a short attention span, doesn't he? I still say it's a bug. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Seles? Some people might pronounce it Seles. I at least just pronounce it Seles, so I have no idea really. Oh crap. That's not good. Okay, her boobs are shining. That's always a good thing, right? For PlayStation era, this is a pretty good shot right here. I think it's pretty nice. And we finally get control of our hero. Okay, this little command is going to come up in a lot of places. It basically means press the X button or the O button if you're playing the Japanese version, and you can interact with it or perform a little action or something like that. So if we press it, we hop the fence. And get ready to see someone die. Why don't you pick on me, someone your own size, guys? Or you could like ask him nicely to like set up a tent for you or something. You don't gotta kill them all, jeez. Jeez, these guys are bloodthirsty. Alright, these guys are Knights of Sandora, the very first enemy of the game. Nothing too terribly hard. They got a whopping 4 HP each. If you hacked the game and somehow had equipment that had status effects on them, they would still be immune to those because they're immune to status effects. Okay, the battle menu right here. We got items. We'll go over that in we'll go over that next turn, actually. Defend, we're going to go over that a little bit later. Attack, we'll go over that in a little bit. Items. Healing potions, burnouts. Okay, this burnout right here, this is an attack item. There's a whole bunch of these in the game. Most of them are different elements. There's fire, water, earth, lightning, darkness, light, element, non-elemental, and thunder. If it says multi right there, then when you use the item, you have to mash the X button, and that will cause it to do extra damage. If it says all next to it, that means it'll hit all the enemies in the battle. Healing potions, doesn't matter what level you are, it's automatically going to restore half of your HP. So, yeah, most of the healing items in this game, they restore a percentage, like either half or all of your health. So, it makes it nice and easy to just whip out a healing potion, all of a sudden, hey, you're ready to go for a few more rounds. Okay, attacking. Attacking in this game, this is why people like this game so much. Oh, by the way, you can change the battle angle with R2. Right now, we only got these 2 angles for this battle, but you get more angles in other battles. It helps so you can... Well, I'll tell you why it helps in just a minute. Alright, let's attack this guy right here. People like this game because when you attack... Let's start with this guy. You don't just attack the button and sit back and deal the damage. You actually have to time your attacks. See, and I missed right there because I'm magnificent. But you saw that little square that came up. What you got to do is you got to time the square that goes towards the square on the enemy, and you got to press the X button when it overlaps. And when you do that, you'll add another hit to your attack, depending on what your addition is at the moment, and you'll do. Okay, so for example, the addition that I have right now, you only have to press 1 button, and then you get 2 attacks, and it does more damage. So let's try that again, this time without failing. And I failed again. I'm off to a fantastic start here. See, my thing is, I don't like the, I have to have a certain angle. Maybe that's why I'm doing bad. I like to, depending on what angle you have the camera angle at, then that'll make it easier for you, in my opinion, to time your X button. Alright, let's try this again. See, like that. That made it a little easier for me to time it because it was right next to each other. I don't know. It makes it a little easier for me Some people, they can do it from any angle. I have to have certain angles. Alright, we got 4 experience and 2 healing potions. Very nice. Also, you might have noticed that in the corner of the screen, when you did the attack, there was a little X button. Some people like to watch that instead of the squares, but I prefer to do the squares. Yeah, why are we being attacked here anyways? Okay, he's still not explaining why they actually came out here to attack us, but okay. They kidnapped a girl named Shayna. Shayna, I'm gonna call her Shauna. Oh, it seems like he knows Shauna. Yeah, she's his childhood friend, so yeah. Just so you guys know. We open this little box right here. Oh, what do you know? We get another burnout. So now we have 2 attack items. Attack items in this game, they're based on your magic stat for the most part. So Dart, this main character right here, he's not going to do fantastic with them because he doesn't have the best magic stat. His stats are all pretty much average. He doesn't really specialize in one thing, but at the same point, you can't take him out of the party, and he has the most additions. So he's a good character, but he doesn't really excel in any one thing. Save points, they do not heal your entire party up, and you got to go to the menu to use a save point. You don't just press X on it. And let's talk to this guy real quick, see if he says anything. Well, I guess not. He's dead. Alright, let's check out our menu real quick, shall we? Alright, here's our menu. I like it. It's nice and simple. We got our status. We can check out our character status. And, okay, let's explain a few stats right here. Level 1, blah, blah, that's pretty easy to understand, blah, blah, blah. D level, that stands for something we'll get into later. HP. All the stat gains in this level, when you level up, they're fixed. So you can't like soft reset for trying to get better stats. They're automatically going to go up a set amount at each level. So don't worry about trying to max out your stats or anything. We got HP, the amount of damage you can take. MP, we're not going to get that for a while. Attack, defense, pretty standard. Magic attack, magic defense, pretty standard. Speed, again, pretty standard. As you might have noticed in the previous battle, it's not an active time battle system like Final Fantasy, it's turn-based. So you can sit there, and if you need to like go take a leak or something, you can leave it on your character's turn, and you're not going to come back to a dead party because you had to go to the bathroom or something like that. Attack hit and magic hit down there, that just basically means you have a higher chance of hitting the enemy if it's at 100 or higher. A evade, magic evade basically means that it's less chance for you to be hit. So it's all pretty self-explanatory stats. Dragoon, we'll go over that later. Magic, we'll go over that later. Okay, items in this game. Here's something I want to talk about. If we go to use it, you notice that there's not really a whole lot of space here. You can only carry a maximum of 32 items. Only 32, no more than that. So that's why they have discard right here in a list, so you can, yeah, see how it says we have 6 out of 32, but then for some reason they say, hey, you can carry up to 255 weapons and armors and accessories and stuff like that. Triangle button sorts them out nice and quick for you. So yeah, I guess for the 32 slots for items, it makes it more strategic, and honestly the game's easy enough to the point where you don't have to worry about, or if you actually had unlimited item space, it would probably make the game even easier just because you can spam healing items instead of actually having to think about it. You can spam like MP recovery, stuff like that. Goods, that's basically just key items. War bulletin, that's basically the thing that was seen. There's war in the land right now. Father's Stone, we have no idea about that yet, so we're not going to bother with it. Okay, armor, there's the weapons, there's the head, there's the body, there's the the leg armor, and then there's finally that last slot as accessory. So it's all pretty standard stuff. Replace, that's how you switch characters around. Config, there's not really a whole lot of options. So this right here, you're gonna have transformations at some point in the game, and if you have it to short, it'll show the full animation once, and then after that it'll just do it real quick. I like to keep it on because it's not really that long of an animation. The note right here, basically when you target an enemy and it said the enemy's name, like the Knights of Serdio or whatever they were, if you have it on half, it'll flash your name up on screen, it'll stay there for a few seconds, and then it'll turn off, and then off. It'll just be off the entire time. So I prefer stay just because I like having the name up there. I don't know, I just like looking at it. Okay, and additions. I want to talk about these real quick. As I was saying, additions depend. They add hits to your attacks, and each character except for one has additions they can learn. So, like for double slash, for example, there's one addition. It does 150, I think, weapon damage, or not weapon damage. It does 150% of your total damage right there. Your total damage is your base attack stat plus your weapon attack stat. SP, we're gonna get into that a little bit later. See how it says level 1 right there, and it says next level 1 out of 20. Each edition has 5 levels, and when you level it up, you level it up, by the way, by completing an edition without getting interrupted or not finishing it. I only have 1 right now because I failed miserably in that first battle, and yeah, if I had managed to complete the edition all 3 times, it would say 3 out of 20. And when I get to 20 points, then either the damage or the SP will go up. Sometimes it's just 1, sometimes it's both. So yeah, some of them are better. Okay, for some of them are better at like damage. Like this one will actually go up better in damage, and others will be better at gaining SP right there. So we'll go over all the different ones. We'll go over the levels you get them at, stuff like that. It's pretty simple. I mean, once you start playing the game, it's not that hard to figure out. You gain them at set levels. You don't gain them by completing the previous one. You do gain the final one by completing all of the other ones, though. So that's one thing to keep in mind. So pretty easy to understand. Come on. Close. At least you're alive, unlike those other guys back there. Hey, at least I came back at all, right? Yeah, what's wrong with her anyways? What did they do? Ah, she must have been that girl in the cutscene. Well, you're really useful, aren't you? Helena Prison, huh? Looks like we know where to go. Okay, why her though? Why is she so special? Is she gonna be for like a party for the guards or something, or what? I don't want to go to hell. I want to go to Helena. Or maybe meet a hot girl named Helen. I don't know. One of the two. I just don't want to go to hell. Alright, this guy right here, the commander, is our very first boss fight. He has a whopping 20 HP. Yeah, not a whole lot. The knights, they're pretty much the same as last time, so let's practice our additions again. Something I forgot to mention about the additions, I'll be putting up every time we learn an addition, I'll be putting it up with the video description saying how much the damage or the SP changes when it goes up levels. So I'll put those in the video descriptions for you guys. But meanwhile, if you tried, by the way, if you killed the commander first in this battle, you can. These two Knights of Sandors will run away, and you won't get experience from them. So you might want to kill these guys first. I mean, you'll have plenty of opportunities to survive, so don't even worry about it. This is good for the extra experience. That's all it is. And of course, that guy's a weenie and he ran away anyways. Okay, the defend command right here, or the guard command. This command in this game is overpowered to hell. It really and truly is. What it does is it reduces all damage taken by 50%. All damage, magical damage and physical damage. And then on top of that, it restores 10% of your maximum HP. So you can be all the way down to 2 HP. You can guard for 10 turns, and because you're taking so little damage, you would be up to your maximum health in 10 turns, pretty much. Maybe 11 turns if you took a lot of damage. It's just really overpowered. It doesn't last for one attack, it lasts for all attacks until your next turn. So it's just really, really powerful. And it almost makes healing items obsolete. Almost. And he's using an item on me. You know what? I think I'll use an item on him. By the way, each character in this game has an element to them, and Dart is actually fire elemental. I'm not sure if being the same element as an item gives you a damage bonus. I don't think it does, but yeah, I really don't think it does. But let's just try it out, shall we? We're going to press the X button here, and it'll make it more powerful. There we go. 14 damage. Of course, I do have a turbo controller, that's why I was able to get up to 240%. So, yeah, I'm cheating a little bit. Ooh, healing potions, and I got my burnout back. Very nice. 24 experience. And we get our second edition, Volcano. It has 2 hits instead of the 1 for Burning Rush, so it's a bit better. Oh, by the way, just because an edition has more hits, it doesn't mean that it's automatically going to do more damage. Like, there's some editions later in the game that have like 5 hits, and they only do 100% damage instead of like 200%. So, but then those ones typically have a much higher SP gain. Yeah, of course I'm gonna go look for Shauna. Hopefully there's hopefully there's a few survivors we can look around for, shall we? If I can ever stop talking. Hang on one second, I gotta look for something real quick and I'll... Here it is. Let me see. Come here. Okay. Oh, by the way, triangle is the menu in this game. And something I forgot to mention. The select button. Is it select? I guess it doesn't work right here. I believe it's the select button. That'll usually turn off those little arrows right there, which shows you where the entrance to the towns are and stuff like that, and also like houses and stuff like that. Item shops have, I do believe, I think a green color. Regular houses are yellow, I think, and inns and stuff like that are red. I'm probably wrong on the colors, and if I am, I'll put them in the video description. But I think that's what they are. Either that or I'm confusing them with a different game. But anyways, our new addition, Volcano, it does more damage, but it doesn't have as much SP. Fully leveled up, it's only going to give one more point of SP than Double Slash, but Double Slash will end up. Double Slash doesn't increase its SP when it levels up; it just increases its damage. Other than that, Volcano is better in pretty much every way. I'm gonna stick with Double Slash just for a little bit because I like to level up my additions a little bit, but we'll switch them out eventually. Okay, let's look around, and then we'll call it an episode because it's getting a bit long here. Okay, you're already dead. Oh, you're not dead yet. Alright, what do you guys in here gotta say? Sure, run me over, kid. Yeah, they're a whole 5 years old now instead of 4. Yeah, now you guys gotta act all grown up at the ripe old age of 5. Alright, there's nothing in here I don't believe. But if we head over, let's see, where's it at? Is it in this screen or is it a different screen? Oh, yes, over here. See, one of these tombstones has our first collectible, if I can find it. Let's see, which one is it? Which one is it? There we go. We get our first Stardust. This is the main collectible in the game, and you get prizes for collecting a certain amount of them, and if you collect them all, you also get to fight an optional super boss. So it's a good idea to collect them all, mainly for the prizes and also for the optional super boss. So it's just a good idea to have them. See, I don't think you guys say anything important. Yeah, she's just chilling out of the prison there, buddy. You know, I'd have to say, I think that being burned to death would probably be the very absolute bottom of my ways to die. I mean, I wouldn't mind drowning to death or being hit by a truck or getting shot, but being burned to death, I'd probably shoot myself before I let myself get burned alive. What do you mean shamelessly came back? I was out on an adventure. How was I supposed to know you guys were going to get ambushed while I was out hunting or whatever it was I was doing? What do you mean your feelings towards Shauna? She's my girlfriend. Actually, she's not, though. And that's kind of a key plot point, so I'll be quiet now. Master Tasman. This guy right here, he gives you like tutorials on battles and stuff if you want. But I'm not going to bother with him. No, I'm good, bud. Thanks, though. I appreciate it. The Guardian in the Limestone Cave. Huh? So, I'm going to take a wild guess and say we're eventually going to have to fight that guy, you know, because every time someone mentions mission's a monster, we have to fight it at some point. But you know what, guys? I'm going to go ahead and end this episode off here. Because it was an intro video, we didn't get a whole lot done, but don't worry, the pace will be picking up from here. So we got off to a good start, though. We got our first battles. I failed miserably at my first couple editions. We got our first collectible. We'll do better, though. Don't you worry about that. We will do better. So guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Have a good night.